Hey everyone, welcome back to the Not Just Politics podcast. The following is a conversation with Caitlyn Scott. She is a journalism major and political science minor at Point Park University, as well as the vice president of outreach for the Bridge USA chapter at Point Park. We sat down to discuss politics, ideology. We took a deep dive of AI deepfakes on Twitter, which was a lot of fun. And we also talked a little bit about life and our trip to the Bridge USA Summit. So this one was fun. If you want to support the show, check out the links for social medias and our page on the Say What Needs Saying network, and enjoy. We're good now? Yep. Okay.
Beautiful, gorgeous, immaculate, amazing. Oh my God.
Caitlyn Scott in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going?
Oh my God, I'm good. How are you?
Welcome back
Oh
to
my
the
God,
show.
thank you for having me again for like the second time. Woo.
Second time. Yeah, that's cool. Fun. How you been?
I'm living. How about you?
Good.
Good.
We just did that whole thing. I forget what we talked about. Hopefully there's not too much repeat.
We talked about a lot, but it's all right.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's
That's okay. That's fine.
It's fine. If there's some repeats, it's not a big deal.
When are you moving to Florida? You're leaving. I know you're going to leave us. You're going to be out of here before we know it.
Let's see. So I'm planning on graduating this coming up fall.
Yes.
So potentially sometime next year, but we'll see. I need to move there. I mean, if not, I'm definitely going back to visit, and I will be stealing a palm tree, and I will be bringing it back, or wherever else I go. So,
yeah.
Doesn't matter. Like
You're
either way, there's gonna be a palm tree with me.
Yeah. You've been stealing palm tree. Well, I mean, like when we were down in Florida, that's all you talked about. You were like,
Yes.
oh my God, it's another palm tree.
When we were down at the Bridge USA conference, there the first time I saw a palm tree was at like 7:40 in the morning when I was on the plane.
Yeah.
And ever since then, every time that we'd be driving somewhere and I would see a palm tree, I'd be like, oh my God, it's a palm tree.
It's another palm tree.
Yeah, like when Claire was going to the airport, she sent me a picture of a palm tree. She goes, Caitlyn, it's a palm tree.
Oh, wait, it's a palm tree.
Yeah, and then even Jace too, he was like on his way to the plane and he was like, oh my God, Caitlyn, it's a palm tree. I'm like, oh my God, it's a palm tree.
It's hot in here, man. It's hot.
It is kind of warm up here, actually.
Oh boy.
Not gonna lie.
The staff isn't here right now, so they've just left the heat on, and I walked in here and it was, is this heat off? I don't know.
See, that's why I saw the door was closed and I was like, is Carson in here? Because
Yeah,
I saw that it was so dark and I was like, oh no.
I was worried that it was locked, but I don't think they lock it just because like you have to sign in the front desk. I don't think they're really worried
I think
about
probably
that.
on the weekends they probably lock it though, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Actually, I think they might actually, because
I think they do lock
if you
it.
do a weekend time, you have to like get they have to like leave
Yeah,
it
you have like a
unlocked for you and
special
stuff,
code or something.
something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know if I told you guys this, but this is a random story. I was leaving here after our episode that we did last week, and I stepped into the elevator, and there was a man. I don't know who this guy is. And he was like, oh, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And he's like, oh, what you here for? And I was like, oh, I'm like recording a podcast. I'm a Point Park student. We have a studio here. And he was like, how would you like to do one of those podcasts for money? And I was like,
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme in the middle
like,
of an elevator.
I was like, I don't know. Like, what do you want? And he was like, well, I recently bought a whole bunch of imported art about the industrialization of America, and I want you to do a podcast on it for me or something. And I was like, and then before I could say anything, he reached into his wallet and gave me a business card. Gavin, do me a solid. Hand me my little Adidas bag right there. I think I still have it. I hope
really?
I think so.
I need to know.
I don't think I threw it
On
away.
industrial art? What is it?
On the industrialization of America.
Oh,
Is what he said.
I
This
see.
man looked like he was a conductor of a train. He was like, he had a 3-piece suit on, and he had like not a top hat, but he had like a nice hat on and everything. Yeah, here it is. Look at this.
Wait, let me see. I need to see it now.
I don't know if I can air
Wait.
this guy. I'm not going to air this guy. I'm not going to say name. I don't want to air this guy out.
Okay.
He might listen to the show. But
I would only just say that it's a very Italian last name.
it's a very Italian last name.
Very Italian last name.
What does he do? He's a part of Harvest Financial Corporation. And he's So I was
Financial
just
corporation. He wants a podcast on industrial.
about the imported art that he got on the industrialization of America. Which, listen, I'm sure it has an interesting history. I'm sure,
I'm sure,
but I mean, he was like, "Give me an email, give me a call," and guess what? I didn't do.
You didn't do
email or
that.
call him, and maybe I should have because he may have this guy looked like he had money. He might have given me money for this thing.
I
But
mean,
also,
I assume that he would be important considering that he did give you a card with his name. You know what I mean? In a
name on
company.
it. I mean,
you
yeah,
just have
it's
to
like-
look up the company and then look up his name to make sure it's legit until it's like, if you notice one little thing that's off about it, then you know it's fake.
I mean, these are nice. This is a nice business card.
I mean,
this is
true,
not
true.
some flimsy little piece of paper.
I
This
mean,
is
true.
super.
But I mean, anybody nowadays will do anything for money.
But I've
I'd
seen,
be worried.
but I've seen Catch Me If You Can. I know there are
okay.
schemers out there. You ever seen that movie?
I think I watched it once, but honestly, I
That's
don't
a
remember it much.
Fantastic movie.
That's an older movie.
Very good
now,
movie.
Yeah.
Good old young Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. Very good movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
But anyway, yeah. So that happened. That was a really random story, but I just couldn't even. It was such a quick interaction. I just didn't know what to say. And he just handed me a business card, and he's like,
Here.
"Is that guy the CEO? I wonder if he's the CEO of Harvest Financial Corporation."
You'll have to look after and then let me know because I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure he doesn't mind his name being on here. I don't know. I don't want to get sued.
Right,
This
right,
guy has.
no.
This guy probably has a whole team of lawyers behind him or something.
we do not want to get sued. None of us.
Yeah,
wanna get
that's-
sued. No, that's not the plan. We're not planning on doing that.
That's too much. Yeah. I don't-
I love how we go from talking about palm trees to just whatever
whatever
that interaction was.
I was so confused by it. I was like, dude, I don't know who you are. Like, who are you? Who is this man?
Like, I'm assuming it's probably up here for some meeting with one of the news. I'm sure.
Well, they're in this building.
Oh, okay.
Harvest Financial is in this building.
Oh, okay.
I think they're on the 16th floor or something like that.
I see. I forget that there's other floors in this building.
Yeah, there's other
'Cause,
people that do stuff here.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I only just know this floor, and this is the only time I ever come up here. It's just 10th floor, and that's it. Nowhere else.
Yeah, same. I looked for a bathroom. There's no bathroom in this whole building.
There's a bathroom for the women's in the staircase. That's it's out the staircase. You have
In the
and
staircase?
they have a passcode for the bathroom. There's a passcode.
That's my only complaint about this. This studio is amazing. The equipment's awesome. All that's really
But
great.
the design of how they did it, no.
But you'd think there'd be one bathroom on this floor. You'd think there'd be one bathroom in the lobby. There's not even a bathroom in the lobby.
I thought there was a bathroom in the lobby.
Oh, if there is, I've never seen it. Never been there.
So
But I could be wrong. But there's no bathroom on this floor. Yeah.
Oh.
Nope. Yeah. So it's a mystery. I don't know. There's no bathrooms.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
So you're gonna go to Florida.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I
Go
will.
pay Ronnie D a visit.
I'm gonna go visit the Florida man.
We didn't see any Florida men. We only saw a couple.
We saw a couple.
We saw a couple crack.
We didn't do the Waffle House run at 2 a.m.
No, and that I'm still very sad about. That's why I think that before you graduate, we need to make some attempt to do a little long weekend trip in Orlando
Okay,
and go to Waffle House.
let's do it. I want to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I want to hang out with you guys all too before I leave. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna move to Florida, and we're gonna only see you in
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, I know.
If I come back.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing after college yet. I mean, I do want to move out of state, but it probably wouldn't be for at least a year or two because I want to save up money before I decide on really
Unless you get a job out of state, and then
right.
then you
that
gotta
pays really well, where it's kind of the first few months, I can afford barely being able to survive, but then make up enough money to the point where it's 3 months later, now I can buy groceries. You know?
yeah. Not that downtown Target pricing with your groceries.
Oh, Jesus God, no! Oh my God,
I don't shop down here for groceries. I really don't.
I will buy tiny little stuff just to hold me over until I go home over the weekend. It'll cost me $50-$60. But I mean, now it's the prices are so expensive that even when I go home, a small little a baby cart full of maybe 5 or 6 items is almost $70.
Where do you shop?
I shop at Giant Eagle.
Oh, that's mistake number one. Do you have an Aldi nearby?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
got
Giant
that
Eagle's
one.
expensive
I
as hell,
know.
dude. Giant Eagle's nuts.
See, I'm terrified though to go into my Walmart because the Walmart in Washington, Pennsylvania is very. I mean, I know a lot of Walmarts are very shady and sketchy, I'm sure, but my Walmart is. I'd rather pay the high prices than go to Walmart.
Walmart's are like pocket dimensions where there's just like all sorts of craziness happening. I mean, I've never seen any crazy Walmart stuff, but I've seen pictures and videos of crazy Walmart stuff.
There was the one time that I was walking through. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning because my mom will only shop at Walmart if it's really early in the morning, thinking that, oh yeah, there's not going to be any crazy people in here. Well,
that's when all the crazy people are there.
Well, apparently this day there was, because I was walking past this guy and he was yelling at his girlfriend. He's like, I will effing flip this cart over right here, right now in front of everybody. And I'm just like, dude, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. How do you have the capacity to even be able to yell at somebody, let alone saying that you're going to flip a cart?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I love Walmart.
You love Walmart.
I love Walmart.
Palm trees. Do they sell palm trees at Walmart?
I mean, maybe inflatable ones. That's the only time I go to Walmart. But I mean, if it's inflatable, like it's not authentic enough.
Good luck getting an authentic palm tree to survive any amount of time up here, though.
I know, but I mean, even if it's at least for a few days, I'll take it. I just want a palm tree. I miss
a palm tree.
I want a palm tree.
Yeah, what did you think of the whole? That was your first time flying and everything too. What did you think of that whole trip?
Oh, let me see. So, do you want me to start from the very beginning of like everything that I thought process-wise, or do you want me to give you just like a general overview?
I don't know, both.
Both? Okay,
all of it.
Mix of both.
Yeah.
So, let's see. That day, that Friday, you came to pick Gavin and I up around like 3:30 in the morning?
It was early.
Like 3:30?
None of us had any sleep. Everybody, no. I think every single person,
unless they came later,
at that convention that flew in at around the same time from our part of the country,
right,
all of us were operating on like 2 or 3 hours of garbage sleep. So basically none.
Right.
Yeah.
I woke up at, I went to bed around 10:30, 11, woke up at 2, and then you came. And then when we went to the airport, honestly, at first I was terrified because, again, that was my first time flying. Which, like, I knew, like, it wasn't going to be bad, but I guess, like, you know, when it's your first time and you don't know what to expect, and then you're like, you hear all these stories of other people be like, oh, I was late and, like, TSA did this and I was running across with my suitcase, or, oh, we were delayed for, like, 15, 16 hours because of all this, like, you know, stuff that happened. I
am shocked that we
didn't have any problems.
All of the flight delays that nobody got there. Everybody was there on time.
I know.
Everybody for that conference. It was insane.
And I mean, too, for us, like, we didn't run into, like, any problems, like, whatsoever. Like, that was, like, the smoothest, like, it could have possibly went, I feel like.
Yeah, and when we landed, it was the smoothest landing, and then the pilot, bro, like, slammed on
the brake.
It was like for like almost a minute. I felt like it was so bumpy.
Oh, I thought it was cool. I love that. I thought that was the best part. I was like, this is exciting.
Finally
some action. Finally some action.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that part, like, after, like, flying the first time, the second time on the way back, I was like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah, it's not that bad after the second time.
I don't like the takeoff. That's the one part for me that I hate with a passion. Mm-hmm. It, like, messed with my head so much. Like, I felt like for, like, a few minutes I was going to pass out. And I'm like, I do not like this because the altitude
That's why it's good to keep gum or do, like, the...
I know. I did that so many times, and the lady who sat next to me probably thought I was crazy, but she was like, oh, this is your first time flying?
No,
and I was like, yeah. And then after, she, like, coached me through, and that all the people that I sat next to were, like, the nicest people ever.
The couple that I sat next to, they were pretty chill.
They were really nice, too. Now, you said, what, was it on the way there or
on the way there,
back?
there was a man next to us that was not very happy. Again, like, to his credit, like, yeah, the flight's early in the morning. Trevor and I were sitting next to each other. Trevor and I were talking pretty much the whole time, except for a little bit. And he was not too happy with that. He was like, I would have got to sleep if you two weren't talking. And I was like,
oh, is that what he said? Yeah, I didn't realize that he actually, like, said something.
Said it, like, to us, like, 3 times. And I was like, all right, this guy.
Oh, my God.
And the guy, like, he's kind of right. Like, should we have been talking the whole time that early in the morning? Out of courtesy to other passengers, probably not. That was probably our mistake. But also... I just kind of, you know, I wanted to talk to Trevor. I just, you know, it was my first
time meeting him.
We had just met, and I was just like, we were just talking about stuff. So
said, pack headphones next time.
There he is.
That's what I wanted to say. I was like, bro, wear headphones
or like earbuds,
like,
or something.
put on something. Like, come on.
I'm gonna put my earrings
You
over
know?
here, just letting you know. So if I forget those, they were like bothering me with these headphones on. They kept like digging into my ear,
Oh, yeah.
so I had to take them
Yeah.
off. Sorry.
Sometimes you gotta take those off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did you think of the actual conference? The actual summit?
Honestly, I liked it. I mean, it was the fact that I got to meet a lot of different people, which was like really nice because like I feel like at Point Park, I feel like it's nothing against you two because I love seeing the both
I will
of you,
take
but it's like,
all offense in this comment.
okay, good, you should. Let me see. I'm tired of seeing the same people all the time.
No, I mean that's super valid.
Like it's like literally, it's like half of these people like on this campus I don't even know, and I feel like I see them every single day. I see nobody different. Everybody here is like, oh yeah, like I have like a friend group that's like 30, 40 people. I'm like, bro, I talk to the same like maybe like 5 or 10 people, and I'm content with that. Like.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was because I got to listen and talk to a lot of different people and like hear a lot of different perspectives that like we even talked about in the last that like I never really even heard before.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. But too, it's just like getting to know these people like for their political like beliefs and just like where they grew up. Because it's like you learn about all these different places around like the country. That's kind of like, wow, like, you know, you're this part of California. I mean, when you only hear of like Los Angeles and San Francisco, but you're in this small little community that you have like all these different things that I never even heard of before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess like just like overall and too, like everybody down there was so nice. Like I didn't meet one person down there where I was just kind of like, oh, like they're okay. Or like, oh, like, you know, it was just like everybody you talk to is just like the most friendly person ever.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone we were in. I don't even remember names. I remember Lucy from UC Berkeley.
Yes, I love Lucy.
And the Jason guy from Oregon State.
Yeah.
And I remember Jonavi from University of Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Do I remember anybody else? I don't remember. There's so many people. I wish my only real complaint, I think you asked me if I had complaints when we talked about this in the previous segment, and I just kind of glazed over that part. My only complaint was that I wish they would have, like, they didn't have to put us in that Wyndham Grand Resort. Like, it was so nice. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that was like...
They could have downscaled hotels by, like, one level, and then I would have preferred... The hotel was great. Don't get me wrong. The pool was great. Everything was great. But if they could have downscaled it by, like, one level of, like, how nice the hotel was, and then found a way to give us an extra day, but kept the same amount of summit, so that there could have been a lot more time to just network and meet people. Because I feel like I didn't have nearly enough time to meet everybody. That was there.
Right.
So,
right. I mean, it was cool though. I liked how they took us bowling to Splitsville. I thought that was really fun.
But again, I was like, that's nice, but like, dude,
right.
That was probably so much money to rent out that place for that night with all those people.
I was like really surprised too. I was supposed to have a roommate, and then I ended up not having a roommate.
No roommate, yeah.
Yeah, and I found out like later on, like I thought maybe the girl had dropped out. That's like what I originally thought. I saw her because I heard somebody say her name, and I was like, who did they put you with?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're supposed to be with me.
Yeah. And then Claire's vice president dropped out like 2 days before, and they had her with somebody different.
Yeah,
already.
they had her with somebody. yeah, and I was just like, how did this happen for me?
Yeah,
too. It was not fun
up.
Because it was me and then Jason guy from Oregon State. They were in the same boat as me that they didn't have a hotel room.
Yeah, that
until
part was
like 9 o'clock at night, and that part was very stressful for me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I appreciate, though, you guys letting me leave my stuff in your room. But it's just like, I just felt bad because it was just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, that part was, the hotel room thing was a little, and I think they felt bad about that.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, I don't blame them. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't like them personally, but it's just, I was just kind of like, you know, we've been flying for how long? I just want to go and like lay down, and now it's like, well, am I going to have a room today? Or
Yeah. So that part was a little bit.
Wow, am I that boring? I mean, I figured.
You are.
God damn.
So.
Oh, wait, I didn't. Wait.
No, you're not. No.
Sorry.
We're allowed to swear. You're allowed to swear on this show.
Yes.
We swear a little bit over here.
Oh, thank
you know,
God.
I thought it was just fun though, and I'm really glad you came with us. I'm glad that it was a good experience.
I'm glad that you guys like asked me. I was like very like excited, and like I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I think like more people should go to stuff like that.
I think so too. And I mean, like, even if you're not into like, I mean, I guess like in that case, more of like the political aspect of things, like, I mean, just like anything like that. It's like it's good to get out of Pennsylvania.
Just go make friends. The
Like
people
just
there
go
were so
meet
nice.
people. Exactly.
People that were so nice.
Yeah. It's like I met
What is
so many
this?
people that I still talk to now.
We are looking at Twitter.
Twatter,
We're looking at Twitter now.
tweeter.
Something from Forward Party, I think. Yeah, some Forward Party stuff here. I gotta take a screenshot of that. Something. I gotta get a picture of that. That's so funny.
Oh my
I need to get that right there. That's so good. I love that meme format. No ranked choice voting.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, going back to that, this is, well, I mean, people have seen in the other segment we're doing here. I forget they're going to be together. The AI deepfake stuff, man. Who would have thought that the most politically uniting thing in the year of our Lord 2023 would be all of our presidents playing Minecraft together
I know.
with AI deepfakes? Who could have imagined?
I would have never imagined in my entire
No way.
existence as a human that.
But as it turns out, the most uniting thing, we're going to play it, the most uniting thing in the current state of,
Current state
you
of
know, the
everything.
whole
You
state of
know.
everything is like Joe Biden and Trump roasting each other because they're both bad at Overwatch. It's like, this is so ridiculous.
I don't think I've seen this. I don't think.
It's so good. Give us Dark Brandon playing.
Dude, what?
I'll set up a speaker. Either way, we'll get that put up in a second. But just, man, who would have thought?
I know.
Who would have thought? It's so funny.
The internet is like a scary place, but it's also the best place at the exact same
It's the
time.
best place to be.
It is, honestly.
It's just.
It's,
Oh, that's the one you got to click next. Biden, Trump, and Obama argue in a GTA Online lobby. That one's got to be next.
this is gonna be good.
Let's watch a couple of these. These are so good.
Yes, I love this.
Smoking on Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown dark evil pack. They watered this with the blood of 36 dragons. Should be asking me where's Ronald. Nigga, this shit
We have to censor that. That part we have to censor. Oh
so you know the THC to CBD ratio is fucking swag, nigga. Is that very evil? Shit straight out of K-Lid. This shit is what shot Tupac.
no. Okay, that we have to censor though. Put a couple of N words in there. We got.
What are you about here? The historical audio recording from time three-faced political figures play GTA Online together, and it is most definitely not real.
It is real.
Hello? Anyone in the lobby have a mic? Yeah, sure. What's up?
Obama.
I was just wondering if anyone could help me sell my cocaine business. It's full at the moment. Sure, I can help you. Go ahead and invite me to your motorcycle club. What's your gamer tag? Awesome, thanks. My gamer tag is X the Bidenator. All right. Unfortunately, we got the fucking post-op van mission. I can't stand this shit. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that is the worst one. That's the reason I just dupe Deluxos for money nowadays. Oh, hey, watch out. Someone just went ghost. Organization is named MAGA 2024. What the fuck? My shit just got orged. Some fucker named Trump Daddy. What an absolute degenerate. That's gotta be some troll. No way, that's actually him. Of course it's me. Who else would it be?
I love that he has the mountain right by his head.
In fact, I was just golfing with the CEO Strauss Zelnick the other day. Man, the Space Force could really use a weapon like this orbital cannon. Fuck you, you're an asshole. You come into our lobby, all I'm trying to do is sell my coke that I've had sitting here for months. With the 10 minutes of free time I have as president. You have to come here and ruin it. You shouldn't even be president, Joe, let's be honest. Everyone knows what really happened. Are you still on that shit, Donald? Is that why you've been stalking me in GTA Online? I bet you won't even come out of your facility. Why don't you cry about it, Sleepy Joe? Cry yourself to sleep. Let's get your orange ass over here and 1v1 me on the ground. I bet I'll beat your ass just like I did back in the 2020 election. You cry so much, I should start calling you Sobbing Joe instead of Sleepy Joe. I'm helping out right now. Tell Barack not to help you, though. Of course, on the Oppressor Mark II, is that all you ever use? The game is called Grand Theft Auto, and all you bitch boys use is a flying fucking bite. Joe, the score is 1-0, by the way. Get that dumb score shit out of here. Everyone knows kills with the orbital don't count. Oh, and of course, I lag out of the game. Fucking horse shit. Like the guy that tried to help me sell Obama Yo You want to help me sell my weed in an invite-only lobby later? And it looks like there's also one from Trump Daddy. This message surely can't be anything good. I am up globally. Hold my L's, Joe. You suck at the game.
All right, listen. Some of that has to be censored because we had Joe Biden.
That definitely is real. That is definitely real.
That first video, we had to censor a couple of things out of that one.
I think that was the
pretty,
greatest thing that I've seen all day.
Those make my day whenever I see
that.
Those.
Was fantastic.
And who would have thought that that's the most? I mean, whenever you see it, of course that's the most politically uniting thing because this shit is just so.
Oh my god.
Funny.
That's like one thing
So
that I
good.
feel like everybody in our generation could definitely agree on. That shit is amazing.
Everybody agrees those are universally funny. Like my dad thinks they're funny. I showed my dad when he was like, "This is funny." Like everyone thinks they're funny.
I'm gonna have to.
They're
show
so good.
Oh, I bet you if I showed my dad that, he would definitely get a kick.
Oh come on, they're so good.
I'm gonna have to show him now.
They're so great.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
It's just so fun. It's just really fun. If
Now, how
think
did you
about it.
discover this? Is it, like, did this just like?
They're all
on
over,
TikTok?
They're all over my Instagram.
Oh,
I have
okay.
one of like
So
Joe.
it just pops up in your recommended.
I have one of like Joe Rogan. It's like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, and the Joker from The Dark Knight playing Minecraft, and like they're so good.
Oh, it's good.
They're just.
Oh my god, that is fantastic. I love that.
Uh,
I will be sending that now to everybody that I know who does not know.
I'll
about
start
it.
sending them to you on Instagram.
Please do.
I need to. I'll send you a couple here that are like so funny.
Carson, I love you.
The ones of them playing Minecraft are so
Carson,
funny.
Gavin, I love the both of you so much. I love you guys. It's gonna be sad when I move the floor.
I know we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss
Yeah.
you. No, I mean there's.
Trust me, I'm not going anywhere for a while. I'll probably still be here.
Okay, this one is like. There are some of these. We love you too, by the way. I didn't mean like not say that
Oh
back.
no, you're
We
fine.
didn't mean to ignore you on that.
You
one.
don't love me back? Is that what you're telling me? Like you
No.
don't even care? Like
No,
you know
'cause
I have
I-
feelings.
remember,
You know
I
I'm
c-
hurt.
'Cause I told you you're boring. I already told you this.
Yeah, I know. What the piss? God damn it!
No, but I
I will never
sent
be on
you-
here again.
I will. You'll never be on the
I
show
will
again.
never be on here again.
I sent you a couple that are. I've only saved
Thank
a
you,
few
sir.
because they have to be really funny for me to really want to.
I know you said
Save them.
before. Yeah.
Really
Thank you.
selective about my Instagram save page in this current economy.
Oh,
but-
this economy.
Yeah, and Joe Biden's America. I love saying that. I love whoever the president's being like, this is Joe Biden.
In Joe-
Where were
in
we?
Joe Biden's America.
Where were we? We were in Florida. We were in Orlando. I forget what we saw. We both looked at each other and we were just like, this is. No, we walked into. Actually, never mind. But no, but it was just so funny. Like we see stuff and we're both just look at each other and we just go, this is Joe. What is this?
Joe Biden dancing in the what? Back rooms while filming a TikTok. Please zoom in on it a little bit if you can.
Can you zoom in, Gavin? Oh my god.
What, this like podcast has taken a turn. This has taken a turn, but at the same time, I like this. Though. It's like so laid back and chill. Like I'm down for this.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got here either, but like I'm not mad about it.
Joe Biden dancing in the back rooms is so funny. Gavin, are you recording any of this on your capture?
Oh my god. This is the greatest podcast I've been a part
What
of.
is this? What does Sean Hannity say? Is this hilarious?
Very few journalists are interested in holding government bureaucracies accountable. Sean Hannity. Thank you.
Fuck, yeah, get out of here. Bye, Sean. Bye,
Next.
Sean. Bye.
Canceled next.
Oh, this is
Me finally looking at my phone after wait, what does it say? What? In the mirror after a 2-week what?
after a 2-week bender.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's too
Wait, have you
tiny
guys
for
heard
me.
this? That apparently, no. Have you guys actually heard this? Andrew Tate has like terminal cancer.
Oh.
Like he's gonna die. I think he has like he has a tumor on like his lung and a tumor on like I think.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not followed anything
Neither have
pertaining to
I.
Andrew Tate.
But
Like, I
but
barely even know
saw-
who Andrew Tate
I
is.
saw something that said that he is like he's not.
Doing
He's
so
no.
hot.
I don't know if he posted about it, but somebody reported that like he is apparently.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's apparently ill,
Ah.
and he
CT report is
Medical update, possible cancer. The CT report is extremely alarming. Andrew Tate
urgent
may have
biopsy
lung
needed,
cancer.
and a 6-month delay could be fatal. There are reports that he had lost 10 kgs in weight, which is also a sign of cancer. Cancer could be incurable now.
Yeah, so that's something interesting.
Huh?
That's I'm not wishing death on anybody. That's pretty
Right,
unfortunate.
right.
The other thing that apparently is happening though is that
They
he
said,
wants to
"Oh, that's cruel."
he wants to go to what do you call it? He wants to go to Dubai for some procedure. And he had apparently there was some text messages that got leaked of him saying that if he ever so I'm not saying that he faked this, but that is a theory that is out there because apparently he said, oh, he's going to find a way to get out of prison. He's going to flee to Dubai, I think, where I guess they can't get him or something like that based on the laws that are there.
Honestly, I think that's a bunch of bullshit that you're not able to detain somebody from another country if they flee. I was talking about this the other day with my mom because she watches a lot of those identity crime shows, and there'll be a lot of instances where they flee to a different country and it takes months to years to be able to get them detained back into United States custody. I think that's a bunch of bullshit about it. How far or how long that takes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of international law, that stuff does get kind of goofy at some points. I
I understand why, but it's at the same time, I feel for certain cases that are like that, if you're a wanted criminal from your previous home country, they should, be able to
work together to get you back.
Right, instead of it taking a month process, and then after working with their government to see, we don't care if we take him in or not.
Yeah, and I guess some people were saying should they let him out of prison to go get the medical treatment, which is maybe they should, but also then if he does flee and they don't catch him again, then that's a.
So he's in prison now or no? I don't. What exactly? I don't know enough about.
I don't even want to get into it because I don't know anything about it either. It's too much. Okay. Oh, CPAC is happening. Didn't Logan go to CPAC?
I haven't talked to Logan in a while.
I think Logan was at CPAC. He sent me Snapchats of Lauren Boebert was there or whatever. But either way, I don't know. Wait, did they say the My Pillow guy? Is that
Mike Lindell? Mike Lindell, our boy.
I don't wait. Scroll up. What is that? Is that him in a fake?
Back,
is that him
right there? Yeah.
Is that him in a fake Oval Office?
Oh Christ!
I can't. Logan, what is that, dude? Logan, Logan, do you listen, Logan, listen. I need you to understand how memeable this is.
Just put up top. I am a deplorable.
Logan, listen. I just need you to understand how.
What does it say?
President Biden who?
Oh
my God.
Oh God.
I want that to be memed so bad. Oh yeah, we need to talk about this. Lori Lightfoot got absolutely destroyed in the primary.
I know. I heard a little bit about it. I'm not too knowledgeable about it, but I've heard
she got 17.1% of the votes in the primary, which is apparently that's 40 years that's never happened. But the funny thing about Lori,
she's Chicago, right? Is it Chicago?
Tim Dillon did a tribute to Lori Lightfoot because he's been roasting her because of all the goofy shit she's done over the last however many 2 years, 3 years.
Right.
There's an ongoing saga about what Lori Lightfoot's up to in Chicago. And I mean, violent crime has gone up, record homicides in the last 25 years, record car thefts, and Lori Lightfoot, conceding the race is we've done the right thing, and my head is held high because we've put Chicago in the right direction. It's dog.
Nothing has changed.
Everything is worse. Everything is worse.
Yeah, everything changed, but not for the better.
You know what Tim Dillon said? Tim Dillon compared her to the Penguin from Batman. He brought up
Lori Lightfoot leaving Walgreens with a pack of
he No, listen. I don't know if you can. I don't know where it was, but Tim Dillon had his producer pull up a picture of some little kid, like some 4-year-old kid, dressed up as Lori Lightfoot for Halloween, and that shit was the funniest thing. It was so good because Lori Lightfoot would wear these like crazy like bell bottom pants, like flare at the bottom.
I love bell bottom.
But hers
pants.
were like bell bottoms to like 1,000. Like it was insane.
Like the extra length bell bottoms.
No, Tim Dillon compared her to the Penguin from the Batman, and he put up like the Oswald Cobblepot for mayor thing. And, like, she looks like. No, seriously, it's so funny because when you compare her up to the Penguin from the Batman, they're like identical. But Tim Dillon was like, who are these people? Who are the 71% of just like dedicated criminals? Like, who are the ones that are voting for Lori Lightfoot? But either way, I don't know. She's up there for like, I mean, if we're going to talk about worst mayors in the country, she's probably up there.
Yeah.
Giving Gavin Newsom a run for his money. Up there, giving him, can I do this?
Honestly, I thought about doing that earlier, but then I wasn't going to say
That's
anything.
all, folks.
That's Wait, scroll back up a little. Scroll back up a little bit. Right, stop right there, right there. Yes.
That's
Absolutely
so good.
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's all, folks.
I miss Looney Tunes. Do you remember
I
that
do miss
show?
Looney Tunes as well.
Looney Tunes was just like a whole...
Oh, no. Oh, that one's fucked up. That one's fucked up. That one's fucked up. No, but like, listen, there are clips of her like losing her temper with reporters
I'm
for just
dying.
asking her questions about like, hey, what are you gonna do about like the there would be reporters asking her like, what are you gonna do about all the violent crime? And she'd be like, I'd have enough of you and your Fox News propaganda. And it's like, bro, they're just asking you.
Yeah, they're just like asking you a question. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. We need a sound effect on that one. Hang on, wait. I'ma just do not come.
I'm gonna come.
That one is.
I needed it. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Twitter wins. Twitter wins today
Twitter.
just for this one. Yeah, is this
You know,
a breakdown?
a lot of people say that Twitter is not good anymore. Twitter is still good for some things.
Twitter's a dumpster fire, but occasionally you get some funny stuff like that.
Exactly. Thanks.
Are there
Elon.
any tissues anywhere in this place? I need a tissue so bad. Entertain the masses. I'm gonna go look for a tissue.
Entertain the masses?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're leaving me with a lot of responsibility.
That's okay. Just keep looking through Twitter.
Just keep looking through Twitter.
The funny through Twitter.
All right.
Folks, I'm walking around here.
This podcast has taken a turn, but honestly, for the better and not for the worst. I like this. Give me something really good, Gavin. I need some kind of really good commentary. I'm entrusting all my faith in you at this moment in time for the entertainment and the meme of podcasting. Gavin, how do you feel about Twitter? Just like half and half, or just like...
I mean, I don't like to doom scroll. I keep myself off Twitter as much as possible. But like when funny shit is going down,
Then you're like on it. Okay. So what social media then do you use the most then, do you think? Instagram or? Instagram and TikTok, okay. Do you post anything on TikTok, or is it just like scrolling through and just like...
sometimes whenever I feel like it.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I have to like post something.
Right.
Dopamine rush like some people have it. But
Right.
I just post more in there as like for fun.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Have the masses been entertained?
I believe so. We're just, we're talking all this like shit on you, but like since you came back, now we can't anymore. Yeah.
Totally, man, I'm gone. It's totally allowed as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, good. Because, you did say earlier that I was boring, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, you haven't proved me wrong yet.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. I don't have to be friends with you. Remember that.
I kid.
I know.
Anyway,
That's why I love you, Carson.
now what do we do?
Popular vote
We're just
total.
Hillary
Clinton and Trump, that's a blast from the past.
We're deep in Twitter at this point. Is that Al Pacino? No, it's Robert De Niro. Fuck, fuck that one up. I
Martin
knew I
Sheen.
recognized that guy. What is this?
Boo.
None have apologized for spreading Russian disinformation and bought and paid.
DNC and Hillary
Damn,
Clinton.
this is rough.
See, I hate now. It's like we keep bringing up about Hillary Clinton. It's like we need to move on, people.
Dog.
Like come on. Like I'm so tired of the shit with Hillary Clinton. It's like
Is that
just
the-
give up.
Is that the Twitter account? I saw Big Bank's Twitter account.
Big Bang?
PNC, we call it Big Bank over here.
Oh, Big Bang.
Yeah,
Oh.
we like, to be honest, the whole like big tech and like big pharma thing, like those are real, and like that's a problem. But at the same time, it's kind of a meme to me. So like
Gotcha.
we have a big healthcare is like UPMC Highmark. So if
Right.
we ever pass by like the steel tower, where we're like, oh, corporate healthcare moment. That's like our joke.
Okay.
And PNC is Big Bank. That's because they own like
okay.
fucking half the city or something crazy. Oh no, we've stumbled into Fox News.
PNC Bank ends business relationship with Donald Trump Jr.'s M News app company without cause.
What is Donald Trump Jr.'s? What is MXM
I don't know what that is.
news company? I didn't even know he was starting that.
I didn't either. I knew the only thing that I know that Trump
Mainstream news without mainstream No,
Bias.
see, this is ridiculous. Like this is
It's
my
like Truth
point.
Social.
This is my point that I made earlier. Why is he trying to be without bias? It's impossible. I think that human beings are inherently biased, and if everybody,
Oh, yeah.
if he would have said Fox News Light, if that's what he would have called it, which is probably what it is.
yeah.
Well, actually, let's go through here. Let's see. Are they actually genuinely biased? Okay, already.
Woke PNC
Bank.
cancels Don Jr.'s.
Okay, keep going. Let's see.
Keep going down. Discover card to begin tracking gun purchases. Okay.
I need to read that to see because that headline doesn't seem particularly biased. But
NYC spends $93 million to house illegals.
all right, I wonder what side these people.
I
are on.
wonder. FDA sued for concealing info about kids' use
Yep.
of puberty blockers.
Yep.
WAPO.
No, WAPO is
WAPO.
WAPO's the.
Put it-
It's.
I don't know
kinda
what
like-
that is.
It's an organization. Let me Google it. I forget.
NTSB releases report on Ohio. Yeah, how do you feel about the Ohio train wreck? And I think only today now President Biden is announcing that he's going to East Palestine, Ohio.
WAPO
after-
is Washington Post.
Ew, that's so. I don't like that abbreviation. That's kind
I
of gross.
don't like it either.
I don't like that. WAPO.
Oh, train derailment thing.
Yeah, about how President Trump was down there before, and now since Biden's been receiving backlash, I saw earlier today that now he announced that he's going to be going down to East Palestine, Ohio. Like, I mean, do you think that he should have been down there before instead of being there in Ukraine, or what's your hot take on that?
List of like, he probably had a schedule.
Well, they said it was a surprise visit to Ukraine.
But even then, it's a surprise. But come on, like he knew he was gonna go. It's not like he
Yeah.
just popped up. Like,
Right.
come on, they say
I mean,
that.
I guess my thing personally is that I think that if an issue is going on at home that is severe,
What?
who's Zoom Zoom and who? Oh my God, 2 hours is so long.
So he's claiming that his team was there 2 hours after the train rail happened. I don't know. Here's my thing with the whole Ohio thing. Everybody is going to use this as their political football.
Right.
Like Trump is going to go down there right away because that district voted for him. Is he doing it
Yeah.
altruistically? I don't personally think so. I think bro wants votes in 2024 and he's going to go to those people to make sure he wins that district. He bought everybody McDonald's as well, which is like the most Trump thing you can do is to buy everybody hamburgers.
Sorry.
So, but yeah, and then like, does Biden have to go right away?
I mean,
Probably not, but should Pete Buttigieg have been there way before he was?
yeah,
Probably.
probably.
So I just don't know. It's just, I just don't like that everybody and to be honest, I'm gonna throw this out there because we brought up Logan earlier. Logan like raised that money and took the supplies to East Palestine, which is cool. What I didn't like was that he made it into his political football. he was like, oh, because the Biden administration won't do this, I will.
Yeah.
And it's like, he didn't. Okay, so if the Biden administration was there, would he still have gone? And did he have to mention that it was because the Biden administration wasn't doing anything?
This is nothing against Logan personally.
I didn't bring that up I didn't bring that up to him, but part of me was like, you didn't have to phrase it like that, did you?
I guess for me, like, again, nothing against him personally, but I didn't really like about how he kind of went about in a way like, oh, this is something that I did, like almost like flaunting it, kind of. 'Cause I feel like if you're doing something, and I mean, this goes for anybody. I'm not just saying like specifically against him. I mean, hey, like, I mean, good for him. I mean, what he did was like, you know, a nice thing to do. I'm not saying that. So it's like nothing against him personally, but it's just like, if you're doing something charitable, I guess in a sense that's like that, there's no reason to be that like, oh, well, I did this out of the goodness of my heart because my country needed me. You know what I mean?
Or because Biden wouldn't do it, I'll do it. That kind of thing.
And two, it's like he sent me a video, I think at like 11 to 12 o'clock, like midnight or like whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, like I went and I did this. And I'm like in my head, I'm not saying this to be rude. Like, okay, but like, why does this pertain to me?
Yeah, like. No one sends me a snap. What is this?
What the
fuck?
I love these, like, just right in the middle, just of like everything.
But yeah, so I don't know how to feel about the whole thing. I think everyone's using it as their political football. I have an uncle in Florida who thinks it was a domestic terrorist attack, which is like, I don't even know how you get. There are so many steps in between where I'm at and where he's at. But, I mean, I'd be curious to see how he thinks that they got there to that point.
I guess for me, I just kind of find it like ironic that like all of a sudden, President Biden announces his visit now. It's just like I feel like a lot of these things within the United States are happening all at once, and I guess me personally, I look at it as like, is it something that's going on that may or may not be on purpose to distract us from something else that's really going on that we don't know about?
Oh,
like I think about that a lot. Like not necessarily as like I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I'm kind of like all this stuff that's like happening within the United States. Is this just like happening because like shit like this, it just like magically happened, or is it like is somebody doing something to distract us from something else?
I think it's just like the people who are in control are just taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
If it's this or the Chinese spy balloons.
Yeah, or like now all of a sudden COVID-19, now they're saying it is from a lab, even though before they were like, oh no, not at all.
Oh yeah, like come on, that whole thing. We'll get to that next, but
okay.
I don't know if it's something where they did this on purpose to cover something.
I mean,
up. I'm less.
I would
inclined to
hope
believe
not.
that.
I would hope not.
Are they taking advantage of the situation?
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
And
See, I'm very like the kind of person, I guess, where I'm like, nowadays I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that's
if
where
it
I'm at,
was
too.
planned, you know, to like kind of like hurt our own population, I guess. If that makes sense. Which is really terrible because like then after that makes me sound like, oh, you're a conservative conspiracy theorist and all this. It's like no, but it's like at the end of the day when all this shit, it's like you hear one thing and then another thing. It's kind of like it makes you believe, well, is everything really the way it's seen or supposed to be?
Yeah, what I think I also think it's just that our country has failing infrastructure.
That
Because
too.
Congress can't pass a fucking infrastructure bill to save
Or
their
if
lives
they pass
'cause
an infrastructure bill, they have everything in here about like COVID-19 and immigration and all this like other bullshit that's
'cause
like,
they try to
what does that have to
they
do
try
with?
to sneak other stuff in there, which is pretty.
Because nobody's gonna
unlikely.
read like 80, 90 pages.
But this is something here. The whole COVID thing. Now the lab leak is the most likely origin.
Why
which-
is the energy department talking about it?
That's a fantastic question that I would love to know.
Yeah, what?
However, here is something that bugs me about the lab leak thing.
Which
My
is-
dad brings up, he's like, okay, but does it change the situation?
No.
Does it change and I'm like, no, it doesn't.
It just like
doesn't
now
change the
instills
situation.
further blame on the China, so then now people have like, oh, well, now I can say that it was China's fault.
Right, and that's also true. And he's like, but what does it change? And I'm like, it doesn't change the situation of COVID. COVID
No.
is still here.
Right.
It is still a thing we have to deal with it. What it does change is it does seriously erode people's trust in scientific institutions. Because for the longest time, you were a conspiracy theorist or you were a nut job or you were some far right-wing guy because you were saying, hey, hold on. The Energy Department now joins the Federal Bureau of Investigation in saying the virus likely spread via a mishap at a Chinese laboratory. 4 other agencies along with a national intelligence panel, still judge that it was likely the result of a natural transmission, and two are
Why?
undecided.
I'm still confused as to why the energy department is talking about this in something like the FDA or like something, more related to like the CDC for crying. Why is the energy department telling us? What are they? Like, are they saying like the energy department? Like, what else would it be though?
According to a classified intelligence report recently provided to the White House and key members of Congress.
Like that's
US
what's confusing
Energy
me.
Department. Yeah, so that's something interesting.
Yeah, that's really confusing to me.
Oh, you know what I think? I think they're saying from what I'm reading here, they didn't come up with this or something. So what they're saying in the top here is that they've now concluded it was most likely spread from a lab. They gave a classified intelligence report to the White House members of Congress. So I'm guessing what this is that there are these like bigger departments that are run with the government that were kind of making up their mind or something like that, because it says
I'm
that
still confused,
there were still
why...
a couple of agencies that were undecided.
I don't know.
But here's the thing.
Very misleading. Sorry, go on.
Does it change the COVID situation? No. But what it does do is it erodes people's faith in an institution like Twitter, who decided to censor people from spreading the lab leak theory.
Right.
It erodes people's trust in, because we're all about, trust the science. Yeah, well, should we? Like, yeah, the science is going to be changing because they're constantly finding out. That's the one thing that the right was like, oh, why is the science changing? Because we're still learning new stuff. Like, of course it's going to change. The problem that the scientific institutions ran into, and I think the blunder that they made, was going along with just shutting down all of these other theories without saying, hey, maybe it could be that, but most likely not. I also understand that they did that because, yeah, there were a lot of people that were committing hate crimes against Asian Americans because they thought that the virus came from China. So I think it's just this whole mess. But to me, it's like, yeah, like that, the lab leak thing does change the situation because now people were censored for saying that. And now people have lost a serious amount of trust in scientific institutions, which had already been happening because we decided to squash all of these other theories because, there's no way it could be. But now even Fauci is like, yeah, it could have possibly been from a lab or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just don't. We are jumping around on Twitter. We're doing a Twitter tour. Tucker!
Oh my God, Tucker Carlson, no way.
So this is okay. So let's kind of wrap that up. I don't know what you think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts, but that's kind of what I think.
See, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still confused on the whole energy department. I would love to. To me, I guess as a journalist, that is very misleading to me because, like, if you're reading that and you're not very well informed on the situation already, if you're looking at the United States Energy Department is the one that's reporting on that, that would be very like, oh, maybe I don't trust that this information is coming from the right place. So that's the first thing that's confusing me. I mean, I guess for me, I've kind of always suspected that it came from a Chinese lab because when they first brought up that, oh, this might have been a potential, and then when they were kind of like, oh, well, I don't know, I don't think it is, but it might be, when they started going back and forth, I was kind of like, I think it's probably most likely from a Chinese lab, but I'm just gonna wait and see just what happens and just kind of sit back and watch the flame grow. That's kind of the approach that I took on it. I mean, it's kind of like what you said. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that COVID is still a thing that we have to worry about. I mean, there's so many subvariants now that at this point, I lost track that to the point where, honestly, I don't even really care anymore at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate part. I'm in the same boat. It's it's here, but is it really?
It's kind of my thing is that you can't avoid, at this point, I feel like you could try so hard to avoid it. But I mean, if you want to spend the rest of your life living in a bubble, I mean, that's your personal choice. But for me, I mean, I've already had COVID. So for me, I'm just kind of it is what it is, kind of. It's just kind of if I get it, I get it. But I'm still going to go out and do what I want to do and, live my life and not worry about. Because, I mean, if you spend your whole life worrying about it, you're never going to push yourself to get out and actually do what you want to do. And I mean, I'm not, opposed to people, if you want to wear a mask, if you still want to be cautious, that's fine. But it's don't come to me and tell me, oh, well, you should be doing this because, you're not the one who's protecting people. It's it should be my personal choice.
Yeah, okay, so no one can tell me why from all I can see from the New York Times is that, new intelligence came up that caused the Department of Energy. So they're not making the report saying like, oh, like this is like what we are like.
Right.
They're just saying, oh, based on the information, we're now going to make up our mind, I guess, which is like, I don't know.
Like that,
Again,
I don't know.
I don't even know what validity that brings to the whole conversation. I really don't know, 'cause there's still a lot that are undecided. But
right.
yeah, that whole thing was like, I just don't. We're getting to see all of Gavin's Twitter. We get to see what Gavin sees now.
Oh,
But either way, it's like I don't know. Like, yeah, it doesn't change.
No.
It doesn't change anybody's lives about COVID, but now, and like I understand these institutions had reasons for shutting down these other theories about where COVID came from because it has repercussions. I understand.
Right.
But at the same time, now we can't be like, well, why do none of these people why don't they believe in the science? Well, I don't know, maybe because the science made some mistakes. Like, and
the media doesn't help either. The media definitely corrupts everything, and then
Yes, and that doesn't mean that people shouldn't go back because the science is still. It's still science. It's still verifiable. Right. It's still provable.
Right.
But when it comes to like the origin of where it comes from. Was like, well, I don't know. Did it come from a wet market? Or what is it called? Isn't that what it's called in a wet market or a market? That might. I hope that's not something inappropriate. But did it come from a market or did it come from a lab? I don't know. But either way, sorry, folks. I'm clearing my. I didn't drink any water this morning, which is like.
Did you bring water with you?
No.
I have a bottle of water. I didn't open it. Do you want it?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Okay.
I'll live.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing.
You don't
I don't
need
really
to get
know.
dehydrated like I did in Florida.
We've covered so much, but a seafood wholesale market. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that was like
Wuhan
what they originally
or
thought.
Wuhan? How do you say it?
I think it's Wuhan. Well,
Okay.
I mean, we're pronouncing it as Americans, so I
Right.
think it's Wuhan.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
Either way, yeah, I mean, that's just a whole.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we've covered just about everything in the recent news.
See, I feel
That's
like
pretty nuts.
kind of going off, I guess, like a little bit off like the COVID thing. Like I'm just kind of like now I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Like I feel
think
like
a lot of people are.
I feel like it exists, but now it's just kind of like something that like at first when you heard it 2-3 years ago, you're like, oh my God, like COVID-19. Oh my God, this is like the scariest thing ever. Now when you just hear it, you're just like, oh yeah, COVID-19. And then after the Penguins won, and then I played baseball outside with my son or like, like something. It's just like part of everyday conversation now.
Yeah, now it's just, and that's kind of unfortunate because it's entirely possible that we should still be treating it seriously, man.
Right.
It would be foolish to not do that. But
Right.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm like, it's a thing.
I think it's just kind of like
I
at this
got
point,
it.
It is what it is.
I was sick, and I really was sick. I was sick for a couple of days, but
Yeah.
it's also possible that that's just
How
life is
Yeah.
now. Yeah, and
Oh,
there's
yeah,
gonna be a vaccine that rolls out every year for they're gonna try to guess the variant. They're gonna roll out a vaccine. People are
Right.
gonna take it. People are gonna not.
right.
And people should need to just live with that. Like,
Right.
some people are gonna get it. Some people aren't.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, the experience that I had with COVID, that was it's like
Yeah,
the
you're bringing
longest
it real bad.
3 to 4 weeks of my life was just like, oh my God, it was so bad. Yeah, it was over Thanksgiving 2020, I think 2022, I think it was. Like I had it over a year ago now. It
What
was
a
like,
search
it was
history.
awful.
Wait, is Logan's Twitter account Oh, he paid for it. I forgot. You don't
You
have to. You can
pay,
pay for it now.
right,
You don't.
you pay
It's
for
not because you're cool. It's because
It's not because you're
It's not
cool.
because you're cool. Well, it's not. It's not. What no one has
No,
it because they're
that's-
cool anymore. Everyone pays for it now.
Right. I would not pay my money towards Twitter. It's like I mean,
Yeah.
like
Instagram's about to do the same thing. Instagram's doing verification.
I could care. Why do I care about being verified? It's not like I'm trying to
I don't give a
personally,
fuck.
like, okay, maybe down the road, like if I become an established journalist, well, yeah. But I mean, for right now, like in my college career, why the hell would I?
If you become a Fox News pundit,
Oh my God, no way. See, I want to work for one of the bigger corporations, like probably like a Fox News or Newsmax, but I want to do radio. I don't want to be on television.
you want to do radio.
I do not want to.
You
be
should
on
just do a
television.
podcast. What you should do is do an audio podcast.
I know.
which is
I want to.
essentially radio.
I haven't had time.
Radio is just an audio podcast.
I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
intern right now with a radio station back home, but
Oh
I
my
haven't been
God.
able to do anything with it because since I've been back in school. So I did like a few things for them over the summer and stuff, but like nothing really.
Gavin,
hand
wait till
out.
the people see what's on your Twitter feed. You are about to get labeled as all sorts of stuff that you are not.
You will be canceled. I mean,
It's
This is true.
Oh, then you're fine.
But how dare you? But how dare you look up Tulsi Gabbard's Twitter?
Of course we want peace, but first.
Jeez.
Just contradicts itself.
Yeah, I guess. Get out though. Am I now bleeding? I don't think so.
Are you okay? You're falling
Yeah,
apart
I
over
had
there.
I had a thing. I had a pimple thing, and I picked at it because I'm a goof.
Like that?
Oh my goodness.
So Carson, tell me a little bit about what's happening in your world. Like anything like exciting, new, just like anything in general like going on? Like anything you're looking forward to? Did you do anything over spring break? Just
I did nothing over spring break. I
absolutely
relaxed probably a little bit too much because now I feel like I should have got more work done than I did. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing too crazy happening. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing over the summer. I'm actually trying to get an internship with All Sides
Oh, okay.
and then do that like
Travel
Couple-
over the summer, still staying.
no, it's all remote. So I would
Okay.
just stay here and probably go back and do landscaping a couple days a week because that just pays a lot better. And it's just getting outside. But yeah, I don't know, nothing too crazy. I've briefly mentioned it on this show, so I'm not, I don't want to air out like all my plans because I think it's kind of good to keep some of them to yourself. But
right.
we're trying to work with some people in the School of Comm and in some of the media institutions at this campus to kind of create a collaborative space for everybody to come together and actually work on stuff.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of the next big project, because of course I cut things out of my schedule to make more time for doing bridge building stuff. And then before you know it, I've found 10 other things that I can fill that time with. And I should really probably say no to all of it. But am I going to do that?
No.
No, I am not. Oh my God.
I'm
Oh no.
What is happening?
Why do they make him look like an Among Us character? Among Us.
Amogus. There's an imposter among us. That's so
Gavin, I have a question. Do you see the cutoff on your screen that the TV sees?
I know there's cutoff, but it only cuts off with
The very top.
Wait, what do you mean the cutoff? What do you mean?
You can see the
Oh,
search bar top.
yeah.
I
Okay.
was
I didn't
curious if
notice
you could
that.
see that.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I see it.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know what else we got here.
Um.
Nothing else in my world, though. Nothing else.
See, I didn't really
Trying
do
to do.
too much over spring break. I went back to Washington for a few days, and then I came back this morning.
I did too.
Yeah, so I mean, I got some of my homework done. I did a podcast
Oh, with who?
interview, the Yeah Jagoff podcast in Pittsburgh. I interviewed John and Rachel. They're like the co-founders of Yeah Jagoff Media. So
Oh,
they
that's
have
cool.
like their own podcast where they like talk with like various people, like events going on in the Pittsburgh area, that kind of thing. So I did that for my senior capstone class, which was fun. I mean, I have to still go through and edit that, and then I'll have to edit
Gotcha.
the other one that I did. But the one that I'm doing right now, that's not due until the end of the semester. So I have like a few weeks to edit that.
Oh, I'm so excited for this Mario movie, dude. It's about to be so good.
Oh yeah, I seen the trailer for it. It looks pretty
It looks
good.
so fun. I can't
See,
wait.
my one friend, he
Oh,
and his
no.
friends want to dress up all in suits and go and watch the movie.
Oh, like it's the Minion movie?
Yeah. I want to do that. I think that'd be so much fun. I want to do that with somebody.
Why doesn't everyone dress up as the Mario Brothers? Why doesn't everyone dress up as like different colored toads
I
and go?
want to dress up as Peach.
That'd be lit.
I want to do that. Dress up as Peach.
Of course, Joe, what's on your mind? It's just that the weight of the presidency can be a lot to bear. The decisions I make impact the lives of millions of people, and I feel like I'm constantly under a microscope. I know exactly how you feel.
Therapy
Joe.
session.
There were times when I felt like the media was always looking for a way to bring me down, but you just have to stay strong and keep doing what's best for the country.
Joe, I think what you're feeling is completely
Oh, Bella.
it's a huge responsibility, and it's important to take care of yourself and find ways to manage the stress.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your support. It helps to know that I'm not alone in this. You're not alone, Joe. We may have our political differences, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans, and we all want what's best for our country.
Exactly. We may have different approaches, but we all share the same goal of making America a better place.
Thanks again, guys. I feel a
So
lot better now.
inspirational.
It's good to have friends who understand what I'm going through. Anytime, Joe. We may not always agree, but we're all part of the same team.
The true love triangle.
Just let us know. We're here for you.
Yo, you better. You better like that. Honestly, despite the fact that is,
That's
despite the
necessary.
fact that was an AI deepfake, that was one of the most wholesome things I've ever seen. And
That was a bromance.
why can't we seriously have that approach?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, I think we've been going on like we've taken some like Willy Wonka boat ride through Twitter. Like
We
Gavin has
have.
navigated us through. Oh no, is that old? They make him look older.
So I went to the beach that makes you old. You went to the what? The beach.
Ben Shapiro.
The beach that makes you old? Yeah, man, the beach that makes you old. Excuse me? I gotta tell you about this beach. It made me old. You have to know that's not possible. Look at me, man. I'm old as hell. And it's because I went to the beach that makes you old. There are a million reasons why you might look the way you look. I'm not going to entertain the idea that a beach could make you old. Wait, actually, I think it's the rocks on the beach, not the beach itself. Something to do with the cliffs? What are you talking about? Had to swim through coral to get out. Stop. But I'm still old. Enough. Let's say hypothetically that a beach could actually make you old. Well,
Jesus.
the rocks. Let's say the rocks could make you old. How much of you is getting old? Does your metabolism speed up? Do you need to pee?
So many
more
questions.
frequently? Man, listen, your fingernails grow faster, man. Your hair? I don't know, man. I just got old. I'm finding it hard to believe. It doesn't hold together logically. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't old and now I'm old. I think it was because I went to the beach that makes you old.
How long does this go on
You can go to the beach if you want. But you'll get old. I doubt it. Look at how fucking old I am. You will get old. I won't. You will.
I won't.
Make me old. Okay, man. But don't say I didn't warn you about getting old. Jamie, pull up the directions to the beach that makes you old. Good luck.
Oh no!
I'm gonna come.
Deep Oh my goodness.
Oh my
So
God.
ridiculous.
I-
I don't know.
I really love where this podcast.
I don't know
turned
where
to.
we. I'm glad that your part is serious because I don't know what the fuck we did for the last hour and 5 minutes.
It's been an hour and 5 minutes.
It's been an hour and
We,
5
we got
minutes.
we got to
dude.
keep it going. We got to keep it.
I don't even know where we go from here.
I don't know either.
No, seriously, thank you for bringing questions because
Oh yeah, no
if it was
problem.
this for 2 hours, I'd be like, ugh,
I mean-
even though this has been so fun.
Okay, okay. I guess like, what's something that you've always wanted to ask me, or something that you think that you don't know about me, or like just like anything in general
This is
that you'd ever
this
want
is
to ask
good.
me? Yeah.
I don't even know, man. I feel like we've talked a lot about stuff. Is that a Keanu Reeves Among Us? Is that Keanu? Oh my God, it is. It's It's Among
Among
Us.
Us.
Keanu Reeves.
Among Us.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think of stuff now.
Hmm.
We talked about a lot here today already.
I know.
Talked about a lot.
Let me. Okay, what's one thing that a lot of people might be surprised to learn about you?
About me?
Yes. Or like something that you feel a lot of people don't know. The vaccine. Jesus Christ. Gavin. God damn it.
One thing people don't know about me that I would like them to know is that I do have in my possession a Let's Go Brandon t-shirt. I just wanna
Backstory?
put that out there.
Backstory?
Yeah, I went to a Steelers game last year with some friends, and there was a man outside of Heinz Field selling Let's Go Brandon t-shirts for $20, and I bought one as a joke, and I've never worn it.
And why have you never worn
Well,
it? Well, I mean,
you want to try to answer that question for yourself? I want to wear I want to wear it on an episode of Here so bad, but again,
just like
I
bring
want
it,
people
like,
to know that I'm joking. I'm not
right.
serious about
Well, that's why you'd have to put like a disclaimer at the very beginting that the content within this
in the bottom
episode-
corner, the Let's Go Brandon t-shirt's a joke.
Yeah. This is a meme, solely a meme, and that is it.
Not a lot of people know that about me. No, I mean, if people listen to these, they'll know a decent amount about me. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty open book.
Uh-huh.
No,
see,
but I do have a Let's Go Brandon t-shirt. Not at my apartment. It's at my house back at home, my parents' house.
And
I doubt I'll ever actually wear it, but
never know.
worth the $20, 100%. Because if like my QAnon family members ever come around, I'll be like, I'll whip that out to just like disguise myself in the crowd.
That's
Do you have
perfect.
do you have family members like that? I have QAnon family members, and like I'm curious as to like how they got there.
Hmm.
I mean, I have pretty conservative family, but I don't think I have any Q family.
But do they believe in Q? I have like
Mine
4 or
don't.
5.
Watch Fox News and Hannity and all that stuff.
That's like so harmless though, because
Yeah.
like they're just being lied to. Like they're just. I mean, like it's kind of goofy. But if they're older, I can understand that.
Yeah,
But
my family, like, it's more that my mom will watch like Fox News, like she's more like Newsmax. My
Mhm.
dad's more Fox News. Like my dad's the kind of person that he will watch and listen to the news all day, every day, any opportunity, which is like,
Quick question. No, continue. But is that mic in front of your face?
is it? I don't.
I know. I just can't see, but it looks like that. Like the
Do you want
plane.
to move it over
huh?
more like this?
Huh?
It looked fine.
Okay, then I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, okay. No. You're good.
Your Fox News watching family.
Oh yeah, like my dad, he will like overly watch the news to the point where sometimes it's very unhealthy.
Yeah, it gets unhealthy for people.
Yeah, and my mom, she like watches it somewhat in like moderation, like not as bad as my dad.
You gotta watch it in moderation, though. Yeah, I mean, I am actually really curious about how those people get to where they are, because I do believe. Gavin, I'm sorry. While I'm saying this, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up the Joe Biden office AI deepfake picture? Just because I need Caitlyn to see it because it's so funny. But anyway, I'm really curious because I think that if the Bridge USA thing is going to work, we have to be able to engage with people that are really steeped, like super heavy into conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I just don't look at that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I saw that. I love that.
It's
That is
good.
fantastic.
It's so good.
That's fantastic. I love that.
He's like, it's so good. He's all, he's all. But anyway, I'm really curious about how those people get there, because we're gonna have to engage with them at some point.
Probably from them, like my dad watching the news too heavily, even though my dad's not a conspiracy theorist, but that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
too heavily involved in politics to the point where it becomes unhealthy.
yeah, like I mean, like my uncle that thinks that the Ohio Palestine thing is like a domestic terrorist attack. Like I don't.
I
just,
don't
I'm
even
curious.
understand.
I don't know how,
that.
but I'm curious how he got there. I
Right,
don't want
right.
to just immediately shun that, because
Well, right.
clearly somebody is telling him that, or he's coming up to that conclusion on his own. And
Just like the reason as to why he thinks that.
yeah, I'm
that's
just
the-
curious, and I'm curious as to how
Was
he
this Joe
got to
Biden
where-
riding the bike?
No. Oh no!
Do you see the other video of him, like 2 weeks ago when he was coming back? He was in Warsaw pulling about him
Oh,
tripping up the stairs a
no.
second time.
I
you
didn't
see-
want. I didn't want to see it. It's just. It's
See,
kinda
this is
embarrassing,
what
low-key.
I noticed though.
Are you
I,
hungry, Gavin? Are you hungry? I'm low key. I'm getting. Do you want to go get food? Where? Because the dining hall's closed, right? Because there's some goofy motherfuckers.
Sure.
Shout out to Culinart, I guess.
Culinart, I guess. Biden will cancel.
Biden will cancel $6.02, or that would be $6.20 technically. That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Please cancel my.
I am dead. No, but anyway, we keep getting sidetracked by
No,
by
you're fine.
meme pages and
You're
shit
fine, you're
posting.
fine.
It's so funny, but yeah, I genuinely don't know, and I just I don't want to give up on those people, because I think that
Right.
we need to engage with them, and
We
I don't know if they
we
can
just have
ever
to like sit
leave.
down and talk to them, and then after, like, kind of like how you said in my segment about like what their reasoning is behind, and then break it down like Maslow's hierarchy and
That too, but also just like they're so in it
right.
that like I've sat down with my one uncle. I don't know if my family. I make the joke that like a lot of people listen. I actually don't know who listens to these, so I'm gonna be.
The
I just don't
3.2
wanna-
million
I
cajillion
don't wanna
people across
start-
the world.
There's already enough family drama on my dad's side. I don't want to start anything new. But I have an uncle that is like so singularly focused on something that's not even real
I
that
gotcha.
I've sat down and I've tried to talk to him, and I've used every skill that I've learned from Bridgman. Like I've tried everything. And not only does none of it work, but I can't even relate to him on like anything. It's not like so. I don't know, and there's a lot of people like that, and I don't. And yeah, I'm young and I'm new to this stuff, and I'm hoping I'll get much better at it over
Yeah,
time.
I mean, you'll learn eventually.
But I
and
mean,
then
I would
see.
like to think that right now I'm pretty good at talking to people. Like I would think that I'm pretty good at just like I'm a social person. I like being around people. I like learning about
No,
people and their
really.
experiences.
I never knew that. You're social,
know.
really?
I
Oh
know.
my god, you're so quiet. It's
That's
been like
one
so
thing.
hard to get you to talk like this whole time.
But like with my uncle, it's like there's nothing. I don't have a single
like thing in common.
skill or
like,
any way to relate to him. And it's like, but how? So then, how do I engage with him in that space?
I mean, I
It's
guess
tough.
like depending on what it is and depending on the situation, you might have to look at it somehow, try from his perspective, and then see if there's a way that you can wiggle around it. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
the best that you can do is just keep trying, because I mean, I don't really know what else there is that you can do it, because again, depending on what it's about, the situation, and like the atmosphere that you're into, because that has a lot to do with it also. So I mean, I guess it just all depends on how.
I keep fidgeting with my mic.
I know, I do too.
Oops.
It's okay.
It's kind of fun though. It's kind of like you got to keep it, you know. But yes, that's just I don't know. I'm curious about that. I've been curious about the whole conspiracy thing. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, although I think that the whole conspiracy theory thing is kind of interesting because I like really do believe some of them, and I really don't believe some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like the JFK thing. I do kind of believe the government killed him a little bit.
I kind of, I do too.
They didn't directly kill him, but I feel like they did some.
They had some involvement in it.
Whoever the guy that shot.
Lee Harvey Oswald. He was ex-military.
Yeah, they definitely. The CIA definitely worked on him a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I mean, like they did with
But
like,
why
that,
though
like, that's,
exactly
like, that's who the
then?
Unabomber
What would be
is.
the reason then? Like, let's say if the government did have an involvement in it, like, what would be the reasoning as to why they would want him out?
So JFK was. I don't know how open he was about it, but like he despised the CIA
and the FBI,
and the FBI.
and he wanted to disband them.
Oh, okay.
And but like yeah, I mean, like the CIA is tinkered. Like that's how the Unabomber. The Unabomber is just like the CIA grabbing some guy and like fucking with his brain so bad. And like that's who the Unabomber. So anyway, but it's kind of funny because it's like I don't know. Some of them are true. Like some of it's real, and some of them have a lot of truth, and some of them have a little truth, and some of them have none.
Right.
But I don't like the current atmosphere we've put around them though, because first of all, some of them are kind of fun. Like when you're just with your friends.
Oh yeah,
And you're
like
just,
when
like,
you're like bullshitting around and
shooting
stuff,
the
and
breeze,
then,
yeah, and
right,
just-
and then it's
and-
just kind of like whatever,
And they're fun to talk about.
right.
But it's like now they've been pinned as this like
And two, they've been so like
really-
politicized now, where it's to the point where it's like a simple little like conspiracy theory of like what you think is more like, oh, well, if you say it this way, oh, well, you must be one of those kind of people. But it's like, no, I'm just saying like I may or may not believe in, but that doesn't mean that I'm 100% like, oh, I believe in this 100%.
Yeah, and-
either.
I agree with that. And also I
Yeah.
think like we've put like such a negative connotation on it.
Right.
I don't know. I just
I
don't
mean,
like
it's a
it.
theory. It's an opinion in a sense. It's not like it's anything
Yeah.
really. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're harmless. At least I would hope
Well,
that they
and
would be.
That's,
anyway.
well, and also on the other side of that though, like I said, I have an uncle that believes that East Palestine thing's a domestic terrorist attack, and he
Right.
also believes that Nancy Pelosi is drinking the blood of children. So that's not particularly harmless. That's
Right, yeah,
there is. I mean, like
that's why I
he
said
really
9 times out of
super
10.
believes that. So
9 times out of 10.
that's why I don't know. It's just it's a weird mix,
yeah.
and I don't know.
It's just like nowadays it's like really hard to like be able to, I feel like, to communicate these kind of ideas with people, because it's like there's so many different places that either people get their sources from, or like, you know, that they hear certain things, and it's like everybody has like different like values, the ways that they grew up, and it's so hard to be able to counterbalance all of the aspects of somebody and then try and like listen to like their reasoning on something. It's just like it's so hard to like counter it all. It's like
Yeah.
everything just piles up on top of each other, where it's like you're trying to navigate through, and you're like, well, how do I do this in a way that they're going to understand where I'm coming from, but I also understand where they're coming from too.
Yeah, and I think that's a disconnect that has to be figured out. And I think,
Right.
and also something that's like, I don't know, it's not going to be easy for everybody to do that.
Right.
I get that I'm in a unique position in the bridge building space where I don't have an aspect of my identity that somebody is going to be like going after or like offending me, you know, like no one, like there's no slur that you can like, what slur can you throw at me?
Right.
Like straight white man. That's about it.
Right.
That's it. There's no other like derogatory term. So I get that I'm in like a unique position to have these conversations because I can sit down with all these people that, because like I'm just me, you know, and I'm not somebody else.
Right.
I'm 20 years old, still having voice cracks. It's all right.
Puberty hasn't happened.
But that's, I guess not. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's weird because I really want to find out how to engage with those people. It just seems like it's such a difficult task. I don't even know how you do it. But
Like,
anyway,
I don't know. I mean, I guess like it just depends on like who it is, who you sit down with, and after it's like when you're like one-on-one, it's a lot easier to be able to somehow navigate and just like, you know what I mean, too, if you're not sure, just like ask questions. Because I mean, you know, this is what I learned in journalism. There is no stupid question. Even if a question, if you think it's stupid, always ask it anyway, because it's still something that you didn't know, and it might be another question somebody else doesn't know. I mean, that's the best way to be able, I feel like, to go about it. What is happening?
this is a little bit much for even for me. I think this is a bit much.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Anywho,
I think we should wrap because
All right.
I'm really hungry and I want to go get some food. Do you want to go get food with us?
sure, I don't care. I'm
Let's
down.
all go get food.
Yay!
We're gonna go get lunch, everybody. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
the
you for
show
having me.
again.
Like always, I will never be on here again because he said that I was boring. I will never get over that. I will always be offended.
Oh, you act like I'm gonna invite you back. I'm kidding.
This man is an asshole. I recommend never listening to this podcast ever again.
No, there goes all of our viewers.
Oh no!
All right, bye everybody.
Thanks,
Peace out.
bye.